Hey guys, Chef Fowler here, founder of Indulge Right Food, on a mission to end the obesity pandemic. In this video, I have another great recipe for you, and we'll be making rum balls. So let's get started. Alright, so in this bowl, I have about 4 ounces or 1 stick of butter. I'm gonna add to it a teaspoon of cinnamon. You can skip if you want to. I have about 3 cups of almond meal. Now you could use whatever nut meals you want or nut flour you prefer. So in this case I'm using almonds. And I'm just going to mix it all together. Don't worry about it. My butter was at room temperature. If it's a little colder, just warm it up a bit or just let it go a bit longer. While this is happening, I'm going to turn on, and I have about 3/4 of a jar of Indulge Right Foods caramel sauce. I'm not using the whole thing. You could definitely use the whole jar if you so choose, but depending on the sweetness levels you want to accomplish, right? I want to bring it to a quick boil. Once that boils, once it becomes all uniform, we're going to add the chocolate to it as well and the caramel sauce into the bowl, and we'll let it go for a few minutes. Alright, so now that I have my mix formed into a paste-like mixture and my sauce, it's come to a boil, I'm just going to turn it down and on again and add the sauce to the mixture. To that, I'm also going to add some melted chocolate. Now there's 2 ways you could do this. You could obviously add the chocolate to the boiling caramel sauce, or you could melt it separately and just add it while it's still warm in here, right? Otherwise it will become chunky. Now, I'm not using all of it, but you could do, what I have in here is about half a bar of chocolate, which is about 2.5 ounces, 3 ounces. You could use all of it if you want. The whole purpose of this is, it's really to add more chocolate flavor, obviously, but to also bring it together and give it more, make it more solid once it cools off. But you could definitely skip that if you don't want to add that, right? So, another thing you could also do is add more almonds if you so choose. This is totally up to you. There isn't really a specific recipe that you have to follow. It's really more about, this is a version of the typical or the classic rum balls, which initially or traditionally was really designed to use the leftovers, right? We're just making it more of a keto. We're using more almond paste or almond flour, turning it into almost like a paste. Adding the caramel sauce to it, some chocolate, just to blend it together. Once we'll scoop it, and we'll basically let it sit, and then we could either serve it as is, or you could dip it in chocolate, and I'll show you both versions. Hang in there. Okay, so we can't do rum balls without rum, right? So this is obviously optional. If you want to make it liquor free, you could definitely use extract. There's rum flavors that don't have alcohol in them. You could use almond extract. You could just add vanilla, more vanilla. There is some vanilla bean and vanilla in the sauce, but if you want to add more, you're welcome to do it. You could add orange extract, lemon extract. So be creative with that depending on what you want to do. So in this case, I'm going to add some. Again, it is totally up to you how much you want. How strong do you want the flavors to be? There's no recipe, no formula for that particular one. So I'm going to add about a little bit more than a 1/4 cup. Just let it blend and bring it together. Okay? So there's 2 ways you can do it from here on. Once this is all blended, you could let it sit in the fridge and then scoop it, or you could scoop it and then let it sit in the fridge. Either way will work, whatever you prefer. What I'm going to do is scoop it, refrigerate it, and then show you how you could dip it in chocolate and take it from there. Alright, now that I have a paste-like consistency, as you could see in here, it is still warm. Around. It is still warm, so it'll be a lot softer. Once it cools off, it'll become much more firmer. So I'm just going ahead and scoop it up. This recipe will make about 30 to 35 small size scoops or rumbles, depending again what scoop you use. It might be less or it could be more. So it's totally up to you what shape you prefer. Once it's all scooped, we'll come back and then we'll basically roll them in some melted chocolate. Alright, so once you have it all scooped up and cooled off, it's very simple. You could use regular chocolate, you could use the leftover of the bitter chocolate, you could use sweetened sugar-free chocolate. All you have to do is just really dip it in that chocolate, take it out. This is the clean version, or you could just basically roll it in your hands and then let it cool off. Right? Again, you could serve it without any chocolate if you want to skip that step, or without enrolling it or covering it up with more chocolate, or you could dip it in and then serve it as such. It's totally up to you. There's no rules or laws, depending again how you want. All right, hopefully this served you. Let me know what you think about it. I got my hands dirty now. I would love to hear your feedback. If you tried recipes, let me know what you think, and let us know how can I support you. All right, hope this helped you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.